this is just a quick, not that anybody cares what I have to say. But anyway, I'll put it out there anyway. Oops. Crap. 1 second. So anyway, I didn't make a video yesterday, so it's kind of, I'm gonna make the webinar stuff later, just because of what's going on. I know people want to blame Israel for everything, but well, obviously those in the spiritual community, I'm not sure if they care about it. They're just too busy in La La Land or wherever they are. But a lot of this has to do with the dollar, you know, and China and Russia have been trying to squeeze the U.S. out. So, and Iran had to go anyway. So, you know, because of what they're doing, illegal activities, whatever. They can't bomb it forever. They're gonna have to like throw it under, have to turn it over eventually. Of course, those in the, and it's funny, I'm listening to some of these cult leader spiritual channels just to see what they have to say. They're avoiding the whole Iran thing. Because I thought we were supposed to be on this like high vibrational reality where this will never happen. And sure enough, here we are. So yeah, we're in a, it's obviously men are not really opening up their minds really all that much. They're just in like the comfort zone of being mind controlled. Yeah, the brainwashing here is just, it's like the comfort zone of being mentally manipulated seems to be the big one here. And why some of us are here, we will never know. I guess we get some idea, but God, this world is so backward. And it's not fun being here at all, actually. Anything, it's China's move, really. That's not making this. Who knows if they'll do anything anytime soon? But this is hurting them a lot. I would think so. It's crazy how quiet they are, but obviously they saw the movement around Iran and knew something was going to happen. They're not completely ignorant. And Russia is not afraid of the U.S., and China, I don't think, is afraid of the U.S. I don't know if they even care anymore, so I guess we'll see what happens. If anything happens anytime soon. So something has to, because so many here, at least in the U.S., or I don't know, just living in their own little wow land. And, this is a war planet, and it's just the way it is here. It doesn't have to be like this, but society is not really adjusting to anything. It's not really evolving. Some are, most aren't. NPCs are going to do whatever NPCs do. They're just going to be NPCs. They're just going to go wherever the wind blows, wherever the wind takes them. But those out here on a spiritual, you're being tested. So you're going to go by all the spiritual mumbo jumbo, or you're going to actually pull that all out of your ass, which many are not going to do it, obviously. Apparently not. So they just want the positive, sugar-coated manipulation, that's the comfort zone. And we'll just have to see where this goes. I would think there'd be retaliation from China or Russia. This is all hurting. This is all really causing them. Yeah, so this is a big deal. And this is going to go on forever, too. This is just the beginning, so. But nobody knows. This is kind of what we're waiting for as for a shift. But we still have to just wait and see what happens. And of course, society, is just in their little sugar-coated little cubicle of mind control. And they're just enjoying it. All this high vibrational talk, and you don't really see it here in the physical. Not really. You don't see it transpire. You don't see it actually, kind of, but not really. It's still a cesspool. Well, if it wasn't, why is that going on with Iran then? But that's the thing. So those on a spiritual path of whatever they call that, positive, whatever they're telling themselves. as long as, everything's fine as long as they're okay, right? As long as they get their food and their, organic whatever's and yoga, whatever the hell it is, everything's fine. But when things get shit the fan on them, then they start looking at things differently. But as long as everything is fine in the little universe, everything's grand, and but when the heat starts, this is, it's just the way it is behind the scenes here. This world is not, it's not evolving into a higher frequency at all, not really. So just lessons have to be learned. So where this goes is unknown. Of course, they call it negative and all that. That's just the weak. When they call this stuff negative, it's just weak people. It's just the way they just need some kind of counter interaction. They just need to make themselves feel better, or whatever it is. The medicine for the mind, they just reject it and enjoy the mind control, enjoy the ego, whatever the hell it is. So, but no, it's hard to say where this is all going, but, whatever. This world's a sewer planet, and as much as they like to sugarcoat it, it's still a sewer planet. It can be something more and better. It's not really getting there. But they don't want to hear it. They just enjoy the mind control, the comfort zone. They're just used to it. It's like a highway of manipulation, and they can't seem to break out of it. So, but, some scary things are happening in the Middle East, and it doesn't mean it's not going to go to other places. So this is like the warm-up for whatever's going to come. Like I said, I have no idea. I keep feeling the U.S. needs to go through some kind of change, but it's hard to say. Yeah, things get quiet, and then nothing happens. And it's like, what is this place? That's why the whole Iran thing, when I was building up, it was like, we've seen this before. It's like I just wait for something to happen, because, but, there are, So anyway, we just have to wait and see. The U.S. has to go through some kind of change eventually. As much as people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear anything. They just want to live in wow. That's all there is. It's just positive manipulation. Wow, and they just want to stay there forever. Because they just can't get out of their comfort zone. They just live in this spiritual, alien, manipulated, and not that the aliens are here. But there's different versions of the aliens that are here too. There's some they're just as delusional as the people here. So, they're just going through they're warning too. So, but these things have to happen. I imagine some of the spiritual groups that are super high, high vibration, or whatever that is. I don't know one that's a big piece of shit, but I know they don't. Yeah, they said this. I believe they were saying this would never happen, and now they're avoiding the subject matter. You wonder why. But it comes down to, currency war. What it comes out to. So, the dollar is, China and Russia are trying to replace the dollar. Obviously those that are on a spiritual path don't care about any of that. They're living on whatever land. They're living in a secret space program. Was it secret space troops on Greenland or whatever the fuck it is. So in these weird times, people probably will get more and more delusional than they already are, and they're already at a high frequency. What the? So, but it's hard to say where things are going to go. When we get a calmness, but I imagine it's got to be more. It got to be more on the way, but who knows? I've said that before, and nothing happens. So you would think so. Russia's not scared. They already said that. No, they can care less. Really, at the point, they just have nothing to lose. Just watch the world burn. So we just won't know that until something happens. The Middle East, it's upside down right now. It's still going on. But that's the thing. You're in the U.S. or wherever, and everything's all sugar and spice, and everything's manipulated. Yeah, as long as it doesn't come to their door, they're okay. It's not part of my reality until it starts knocking at their door and they start looking at things differently. So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Some of us that are here have been taking not one beating after their being here. Just our whole lives have just been nothing but fucking attacks. It's just been nonstop. Being here is not, you know, it's not vacation. It's not an enjoyable experience at all, really. You just get to function here, and yeah, we just kind of question your purpose of being here. It seems to be pointless. But we're here for a reason. It's still alive, so we have something to do here. As much as we don't want to be here, this world doesn't. As far as I'm concerned, this world doesn't have anything to offer. I mean, you can learn some stuff, but yeah, it's just not. It's just a jacked up, backwards planet, and people want to justify it too. Justify its manipulation. Justify all, and that's fine. That's their deal. This is their place. Then the rest of us, this is not our world, and we're not here to throw it. We're here to help it. If it was really going to evolve, you would see it already. And it's not. It's just all talk. Everybody's waiting. It's always waiting. We're just waiting. Oh, we'll go to this new Earth in 2 or 5 years, or whatever, 2037. It's always waiting. So, you know, it's well, things are happening now, and I imagine more is on the way. So some have to take their medicine at some point. Like I said, all these high vibrational people, they're not in the Middle East. Probably a lot of them aren't. So they're not getting a wake up call over there, but I mean, it's still pretty damn scary over there. And you know, and I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to just wait to see what comes. But yeah, this March starts up, and then this starts to happen, and you would think more is on this way, but like I say, who the fuck knows? It might be. You know, obviously going through all these events is very troubling, but then you have this quiet time, and you know, it's going to be stay this way, or something's going to happen. You know, who knows? You can't live like that. But anyway, this is World War III. I don't know, but I just put in. I don't care. So we'll just see where this pans out to. So anyway, I just want to do a quick update on bunch of nothing really, but just some kind of update of some kind. And yeah, I would think something's on its way, but fuck if I know. It doesn't really matter. Who cares, right? Just get through it. So anyway, all right. I'll be back out later.